let's talk about the only drone you really need if you're into water sports. And what I mean by that is people who surf and wakeboard and stuff. If you're looking for another kind of water sports, you're in the wrong place, probably. All right, so here's the PowerVision Poweregg X. I've landed a lot of drones in my day, and what I mean by land them, I mean they come down really fast either in trees or at the bottom of this lake. In fact, I've got some great footage of the bottom of this lake shot by drones designed to fly around in the sky. This company, interestingly enough, makes a dolphin drone. It can go in the water. I don't see much reason for that, because as I've told you, I'm pretty good at getting underwater footage just with my drone. The fly kind. Let's take a look inside. Here's what we got. This has arms, floats. It does have a see-through egg. I'll show you in a cut. And I have seen very little reason to use it because I can land this thing successfully in the water without getting any of the components wet. Here's its batteries, and there's its little flash card. It does have onboard storage, which does come in handy for the times you'll invariably forget to put your card on the inside. You can still shoot some footage, and it works fine. It's a little slower getting the footage off of there because you have to transfer it over wireless, but it works. I don't see any way to plug in a USB, so I'm going to assume that it doesn't have one. Because as you've known from all of my other review videos, I basically refuse to read manuals of any kind, which in my opinion makes me the best kind of reviewer you can possibly be. So, to turn it on, first we're going to stick our phone inside of there, and I'm going to get my little cable out of there. Plug that in here, plug this in here, like that, and then we'll turn on our phone. It needs to see my pretty face, and then we're going to launch the Vision 2 application. And then to turn on the drone itself, you single push here real quick and then a long push until all 4 lights come on. There we go. Power button for the remote is right here. And you just hold it down until it makes a happy noise. Or at least sounds happy to me. We're going to push the sticks together. You got your 3 modes here. We're going to put it into easy mode and send her forward. Which is very, very, very slow. Let's see what we can make this thing do. Hopefully you can see this okay. All right, here we go. So we're going to put it into the normal mode, which you're going to see is a lot faster. Well, it's a little bit faster. And then we're going to flip it around, and then we'll see us again. And now we're going to put it in professional mode, and we're going to really whip it towards us. Got to be careful though, because in professional mode, it is very, very fast, and it doesn't have any sensors on, which I found out my first day of flying. Actually, I knew that, but I still crashed into a tree and was able to fix it using putty epoxy. Hooray. All right, here is what this can do and the reason I bought it. Mostly because I've crashed so many drones into this lake that I got tired of fishing them out. Here we go. Ready? Cue the 2001 Space Odyssey music. It doesn't sink. It is not a submarine. I know for a lot of you who are hoping to own a submarine at some point, this isn't the drone for you. this drone's gonna stay on top of the water. And what's cool is you can also take it off from the water just as easily. Okay, and that is why this drone is the #1 drone that you need for all power sports. Wave to the drone, everyone, because it's amazing. All right, we're gonna put it into normal mode and we're gonna try to crash it. All right, here goes nothing. How about this pine tree? We can at least watch it. Okay, crashing into pine tree test, take 1. Sure seems like it's gonna crash into it. Oh no, wow, it's not going to crash into it. In fact, it's hovering away from it. Trying to land it on it. Nope. Oh. It's kind of not crashing into it. I mean, it wouldn't let me just smash into it. That's neat. We'll go really tall. Well, let's see how high we can go. So that is the lake next door to us. Nice slow pan. There. Look at that nice farm field over there. Looks like Carcassonne. Let's see what a low altitude thing feels like here. Pretty good. Yeah, we can get some great shots with this is what I'm thinking. Oh yeah. Fantastic. All right, let's see what happens when we try to land it with this obstacle avoidance system on. Detected that there's water and it puts it right in. You guys want to see a close-up of that? Let's go take a look. So I decided to test the tracking features on the Poweregg X drone. And since I didn't have a pilot around the day that I wanted to test this, I just used the remote myself, tapped on myself, and hopped into the water. And it tracked really well, as you can see by the footage here. The tracking mode that I selected is supposed to keep the height at the same altitude and shoot the subject from the same angle. It didn't quite work out as well as I was hoping it would, or as it is described, and some funny things happen. So you might notice that the drone didn't maintain its altitude or its distance from the subject, and that's when things started getting a little scary, because I am noticing as I'm riding that it's getting a lot closer. And every time I speed up, it just speeds up with me. And every time I turn all the way around, if I turned around and did a 180 here in my path, it got even closer. And then it started doing something really bizarre. I can now hear it creeping up on me, and I'm convinced it's just gonna fly right into the back of my head. And it's getting about 5-6 feet away from me on some of these dive-ins where it's coming in. And I'm thinking, holy crap, how do I get out of this? This is gonna crash into me and it's gonna hurt. And I'm thinking maybe I can quick jump to the dock and grab the remote and cancel its tracking. But as you can tell, it's getting really close. Now I get away from it, and then now watch what happens. It sees the posts on the dock, and I'm not sure why, because it's not supposed to do this, but it just lands. It's like, I'm home, I'm safe, I'm gonna land now. I'm not sure if it had its obstacle avoidance system kick in, and it just happened to lose me at the very same time that its obstacle avoidance system kicked in or whatever, but it's supposed to just hover until I tell it to come back, unless it's fully out of battery, in which case it's supposed to return home. But it's not out of battery, as you can tell, because I was able to fly it out of it. So it did things it's not supposed to do. It's not supposed to attack its subject. It's not supposed to change its altitude when it's in a tracking mode. It's not supposed to even get closer to the subject. None of this stuff was supposed to happen. So I guess, I don't know, I guess you could look at this and say, oh, it did a great job of tracking you. It didn't lose the target. Or you could say it behaves erratically and shouldn't be trusted, and it's gonna go sentient and kill us all someday. I'm not exactly sure, but I certainly was not brave enough to attempt it again, at least without a pilot that could pull it off of me. I wasn't about to hop back into the water and try another tracking test without a pilot. There you go. That is the Poweregg X with the Wizard kit. The Wizard kit includes the transparent protective cover egg that keeps it waterproof. I pulled that off of there because when that's on, you can't use any of its tracking features or its obstacle avoidance features, and it slows down the drone a lot, and it kills a lot of battery time. This thing will fly for close to 30 minutes, but with the floats and the egg on there, the protective waterproof shell, it really cut into that. So I just took it off of there because every time I've landed it, or it's landed itself, it hasn't been at all wet or anything. Maybe on a raining day I could use it, or if it was really wavy or something, but I also noticed that the plastic shell that waterproofs it, it also degrades its camera capability, and it looks hazy, even if you do stick a silica gel pack in there to suck up all the moisture. It's just another piece of plastic between the camera lens and its subjects. If your goal is to get really good looking footage and you're shooting water sports, you want it to go really fast and you want the best looking optics, Mavics, so that shell, it gets in the way of those things. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. This is Verdant Ride, and I'm all about helping everyone who's into surfing and water sports and eFoiling find the best products and spend their money wisely on things that enrich their lives.